Nice to see you back, guys, to another video on the floating island and the cube events. So much has happened since we've last spoke, guys, since we've last seen you. So much has happened. Now this has just been added and it gets better, guys. It gets much better. Stay right to the end to make sure you get all the latest information on the floating cube island and the cube's latest events, including the new star that we've just spotted and the portal that is opening, which we've got right at the end, guys, because just as we're finishing off this video it changed again. If you enjoy this sort of content, guys, do make sure you smash that like button, and if you've not been here before, guys, do consider subscribing and make sure you click the notification bell to be up to date and make sure you get inboxed the latest releases and all information on Fortnite and other gaming news. Okay, let's get down here, guys. Gold, always good. Let's get this gold before we carry on. We've got so much information, including the new portal opening on video. Okay, we'll take this, no problem. Yes, we've got the new portal opening on video, guys. We'll give you a snippet of that before in a minute, and it's right at the end. Whoa, it's too hot. It's too hot, guys. This is too hot. Let's get out of here. Okay, so of course we know now the island has moved since we last spoke. It dropped the mini islands, which seem to be slave. Here's the portal, which is now activated, and of course now we've got the latest information. Let's get into it, guys. So of course Fortnite dropped this information, guys, and it says costumes and dancing, partner up, be wise, they could be friendly, or a ghoul in disguise. So it makes us think a new LTM mode has come in, limited time mode, which means maybe your partner you choose could turn to a zombie, and it could be one zombie on the map chasing everyone else, a bit of Tig, something like that. Then straight afterwards, guys, we went on to save the world, and you'd see this, Fortnitemares is back. And of course this said, keep your fingers steady, tombstones quake, the storm is clever, you better be ready. So of course we're all thinking, right, there's a link now between Fortnitemares on Save the World and Fortnitemares on Battle Royale. So this is the link of Battle Save the World being released to Battle Royale, like we knew it was supposed to be 2018. But then we got this, guys, we got Fortnitemares, tombstones quake, keep your finger ready, the circle will close, better be ready. And we're thinking, right, this must mean a new LTM, new limited time mode. But no, is it possible it means we must do something before the hole in the water at Loot Lake, Leaky Lake closes, possibly bring drift there? Who knows, guys? But of course then Save the World updated as well, and this was all happening very rapidly, guys, and we were getting told costumes, dancing, partner up, be wise, they could be friendly, or a girl in disguise. Again, what we've seen, but of course look at the details here, so you know on Save the World, guys, you're going to get a lot more content compared to Battle Royale, and of course we'll be covering Fortnitemares this year for you from Save the World, so stay tuned if you want to see more from that. But of course today on Battle Royale again, we got Fortnitemares Tether Shot. If you've enough to last, the wind calls out, fill your chambers fast. Now of course we think file chambers, chemicals, smoke, but no, look, the gun, guys. So it's new limited time modes, it's got to be from Battle Royale, because what we do know now, guys, is Fortnite have come out today and released a video a few hours ago that said Save the World is cancelled for 2018. There is no Save the World in 2018. Now we'll be discussing that in another video, but now we know then the link is not going from one to the other. It's just like they do usually, where they release something on Save the World, they're releasing it also in Battle Royale, a similar pathway, but they seem to be completely separate pathways. So we can now cut out, now we did make this video before we knew this news, guys, but we can now cut out the idea that there seems to be a link coming from Save the World, bringing Save the World to Battle Royale. We think that's ended now. Now we are happier that they've actually pushed it back, so it seems it's going to be early 2019 or mid 2019, but we're actually happier, guys, because it gives us more of a chance to bring it into you slowly and make up guides for you, get you ready and get you set, because Save the World is a very steep learning curve. It is nowhere near as basic as Battle Royale. There is a lot more to it, a lot more skills and setups that you need to do within the game to do good on it, and we would like to bring you through them slowly, introduce you to them slowly, because it can be a very difficult learning curve. So it gives us time. Now we were checking out the glyphs, guys, because as we know, the last time we seen these, when you were here with us previously in our previous video, if you've not seen that, do make sure you check it out in the playlist. But the last time we were here, guys, these were floating next to the larger cube island, and they were almost slave to the island. Now we've seen on Save the World things that hold other things slave previously. For instance, there's little mini bosses and they have this little monster that holds them slave. So we were thinking, are these mini rocks holding the cube slave? And that would make sense given the chains we've seen around the cube, that it was held in chains. Yet the fact that they're tossed aside suggests that the cube used them as slaves, and what it done was basically took the negative energy from the Earth's core, or shall we call it an ore? It can be an ore if it's some kind of vapor, can it? Maybe not, but yeah, it took the negative energy, guys, and it basically sucked it into the cube. But then why is the cube been shown in chains, as we just shown you previously? That is a different spot and something we've not anticipated coming, so we're not sure how to treat that for now. But what we know now is the islands, these mini islands, shall we call them, the runes have dropped. So they've used a purpose, they've been fulfilled for their purpose. Now, there's 3 things we know about this cube, guys, that will allow us to see the future of what's going to happen, or at least anticipate it and have a good idea of what's going to go on. We know it's harbouring evil because it used to electrocute us when we shoot it, and it shows a negative energy, and if a character came near it from Battle Royale, it would show the bad version of them, as we've seen here, the bomber on the left, and there's a negative version on the right, which is the bad bomber, which was seen within the cube when good bomber on the left looked in, and she's seen bad bomber. Now we also know, thanks to our good friend Ali A, that drift has come through as well, because there's drift on the left, and as Ali A's quite rightly pointed out, that drift, it seems to be the bad drift on the right, this new character, and it does indeed, guys, it does indeed seem to be drift. So that's one thing we know about the cube. The second thing we know about the cube, guys, is it was harbouring and sourcing this negative energy from the Earth, the core of the Battle Island, which is Battle Royale's Battle Island. And as it's done that, it seems to have soaked it through itself, used the runes to soak up more of it, and then brought it into these rocks. So this negative energy seems to be now held in these rocks, which, as you see, are glowing more. Now they're more dynamically glowing and become a brighter pink. And we do know from Save the World, guys, that bright pink and purples means bad monsters. If you've seen the monsters in Save the World, you'd be shocked if you've not seen them, guys. We'll show you some of them in another video, but they're absolutely amazing. Some gorgeous graphics, disgusting looking, and their weaponry is disgusting, and they're just aggressive. So it definitely seems like the second thing we know about this cube is it's brought negative energy from space initially, then from the Battle Island, and it's storing it in these cubes. Could the cube be a bad cube or a good cube though? Because if we've now seen a cube in chains, guys, think about this. Was it harbouring all this negative energy, including the negative characters, to pull them away, to save the Battle Island, to save us? Now, that's the second thing we definitely know, that it harboured negative energy and it put it here. We don't know why yet, but it seems that we could suggest, a good guess would be, that the reasons it's done it is because it's bringing monsters and it's bringing Fortnitemares. So was the cube the whole anticipation of 2018's Halloween? Was the whole setup was for, it was a Halloween gig and they brought it all for Halloween? It is possible, guys, and we will know more in the future on that. But as you can see, the brightness of these is amazing, guys. The house has got so much brighter, and as we know, they started off dark and there was this brightness bleeding from them on the floor, as you see here, and now it's just oozing out of them. It's absolutely amazing. So we know that the evilness seems to be now on top of what was previously known as Loot Lake, what is now known as the Floating Island, and we know the runes helped capture it. Now, of course, as we said, Fortnitemares is coming, and it seems that we'll be getting probably limited time modes from that. But there's more, guys, because what a lot of Battle Royale players may not know is, at the same time usually as something releases in Battle Royale, a new season, let's say for instance, a similar one releases in Save the World, and it's Save the World that actually brings you the content for Battle Royale. It's a cut down version of that. So it's important when we have something released in Battle Royale that we maybe go back and look in Save the World to see where it actually stems from and get an idea of the story. And of course in Save the World we have the road trip stories as well. So with the road trip stories, they actually can bring through a lot more depth to the Battle Royale, and they can fulfill stories that would never otherwise be filled, and many can take guesses and wild actual assumptions on them. So of course we had Fortnitemares at the same time as the Battle Royale release information. We had it in Save the World here, guys, and it says of course costumes, dancing, partner up, be wise, but you can see the picture here is very different from the pictures that you would have seen if you've only played Battle Royale, and it shows some amazing characters and graphics and things that are to come. So hopefully you'll see something like that similar in Battle Royale that we will get in Save the World, not at the highest quality but something similar. So looking back to the cube floating island and this new star. Look again guys, here's that electricity that we've seen. This is a very odd occurrence which you see, and we don't know what's with it, but it keeps coming on us now and again, and when it does, of course, looking at this star, floating star, now we've got more video footage of this just soon now coming up guys, so we do actually know what's happened next, and we'll talk about that as it pops up. But look into it, what's next, what could it be for? So the suggestion actually seems that it's some kind of portal, or is it some kind of calling, because as we know guys, these floating islands, these runes, the floating runes that were attached, they called out before the cube called them in. So they all threw a pink beam straight up into the sky, all at the same time, and separately as the rune was going round to them, but all at the same time in the end, they threw a pink beam, and then they were picked up and floated towards the island. So this is now throwing a pink beam up. So is this calling something bigger, some higher being? Is it calling something? Is something else going to happen? We thought it's possible it's just putting a shield out because there's going to be an attack of monsters or something. But the truth is, now we're thinking, now that we know Save the World's been delayed, there's not probably a link coming on guys. In which case, can you really see Battle Royale being overcome by loads of zombies and that? We can't. If you'd have asked us yesterday, before we knew Save the World was cancelled, we would have said definitely the pink is the darkness, it's been harboured on the island, you know, the monsters are coming through. Now we're not too sure. Is it possible it's putting over a cube? But we've seen similar effects like this before, haven't we? And they put down an anti-gravity. So is it possible it's just about to launch an anti-gravity field, just like we've seen before when the runes initially were printed? Remember, we got the anti-gravity field, it started similar to that. It was from the top at the centre and it come down. So it's totally possible, but not sure guys. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below what you think so far is going to happen. Let us know what you think is the end game for Battle Royale. Is it just a limited time mode? It's definitely yet time to get out there. Is it just a limited time mode? Or are we going to see zombies? We definitely think we're going to see some kind of tagged a zombie, somebody turned into a zombie, or you know, some kind of monster, one player. And that would be awesome if you're playing a duos and your duo partner, one of them out of 50 turns into a zombie, and then he's it. It's either a tag or he'll just kill everyone. That is definitely something they can look at. And if they've looked at domination from games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and other games, they've picked a domination mode, which we know we had now. Is it possible that they pick what's called an infected mode from Call of Duty series? Of course, last seen on, was it Infinity Warfare? They picked infected, and infected obviously was a brilliant mode, and somebody was infected, run round and infected you. It's a really good mode, so it's possible that we're getting something like that. Can we get it there? Riff that. Do you think they went through guys? They went through still, didn't they? They took them, the bullet, the body with them, and straight to non-existence. That was awesome. But yeah, is it possible? Because as we know now, this beam going up had a star at the top, and if you'd have asked us yesterday, we would have said, you know, is it calling something? We're not sure, but now it seems to be open to a portal, and we have got that footage for you. It's coming up in just a moment. But what is next? We can see the cube has become more vibrant, more brighter, more active, and certainly more noisy. Them sparks now, they can reach you. If you're up here at the island to the left or right, the sparks can reach you. They don't seem to react if you electrocute you, but they do reach you, and they seem to spark out on the island. But again, that spark we've not seen anyone else showing that guys, and we don't know if it's unique or just a very rare occurrence. But when them sparks are going off, they're quite significant, as you can see, and some of them look very standard, but them ones we've had now in 2 videos, do check out our previous video, you can see there's some awesome visuals to them, and they're not the same as the other sparks and lightning. So we're not sure if there's something to them or not. Who knows? We will know more soon. But it seems like what we can say for sure is Fortnitemares is going to release some kind of limited time modes. The island here is locked away for the moment. It's locked in place. We're not sure what's going to go on. This star seems to be expanding into some kind of portal. So, is it possible that it's either going to A, build a field, B, it's going to call something out, or C, it's going to open a portal from another dimension? Now, we think with it being Battle Royale and we know Save the World's delayed, it's not opening a portal, we don't think, guys. We don't think things are going to start dropping from this portal. Is it going to open some kind of interaction for us, maybe, you know, some kind of portal for us? It's possible. Now, here is it we seen last night, guys, before the update again today. and we don't think it's going to be some kind of interdimensional thing. Rift could be for us to use possibly, but not for monsters to come through. We think we can put that to the side for now that we know Save the World's cancelled. But when you looked at it today, we'll show you here now, guys, you can see it looked more and more wider, and it seems to be growing into this big, huge, large disc, this disc type portal. Now here it looks circular, but when you're in game it's actually looking disc, so it's flat. So it seems most probable it's opening a shield system, guys, just like we've seen previously with the anti-gravity. We know the cube created anti-gravity at the runes, so we can safely say that it could now be fully charged, the cube. And what do we know it does? It does three things. It seems to reflect badness or harbour some kind of badness. It seems to hold some kind of anti-gravity properties, and it also seems that it could come through a rift, because that's where it came from. So it's totally possible what we're seeing here is the building of an anti-gravity shield, just like we've seen previously, and it's going to cover Leaky Lake, aka Loot Lake. Let us know in the comments though, guys, what you think the end game is here, and where do you think they're going with it. Do you think it's possible that we could still get monsters from Save the World or similar for Halloween? Or do you think they're just going to do a few limited time modes for us? Do you think Infected, a game mode like that where an actual player is going to turn infected and everyone else is going to be hunting them, is possible? Or do you think it's just going to be a standard limited time mode? What does the chamber mean? Get your chambers ready, fingers on the button. There's so many innuendos here, guys. We don't actually know where they're going with it, but they're going deep. Epic are definitely going deep down into this. Anyway, guys, thanks for staying to the end of the video. If you've managed to stay this far, do make sure you put down Epic Halloween in the comments to let us know you stayed to the end, and that'll let us know. Everyone else won't know what's going on, but we'll know between us and you that you stayed to the end. And we'll catch you and look forward to seeing you in the very next video, guys, and we're sure it's going to be very soon, because the news is coming thick and fast. Till Fortnitemares, this is TrueStar signing out.